Okay, I'm John from Girls in Synthesis, and we're a band, three-piece punk band from London, based in London. We started out self-releasing and releasing records on a small label called Blank Editions. We started working with our label now, Harbinger Sound. We're preparing to release our debut album at the moment. It was ready to go at the end of May, but as I say, unfortunately, we had to push it back. We've had to sort of stop listening to the album that's coming out in order just to find it fresh at some point. I'm hoping that come the time it's released, in a couple of weeks' time, I'll give it a listen then and I'll find it refreshing, because although it was finished a year ago, it'll be new in a way. It's been really tough, not being able to promote this album and then, hoping that it won't suffer, trying to realise that although it's sort of older for us, it's actually still new for everyone else. We did a live stream of unreleased songs and rarities, and that essentially led on to the formation of the Girls in Synthesis Redux Faction fan group on Facebook. It was about giving something back to them, really, and enabling them to contact other fans, because I think that if there's one thing that that's come out of this sort of lockdown and this pandemic period, is that people don't need to feel as isolated as perhaps they would have done 10 years ago. If you put it into Google, first of all of our stuff would come up, and then a David Bowie song called Ashes to Ashes will come up, and it's a line from that song. The aesthetic of the band really was one, it was sort of functional, and it enabled us not to make the wrong decisions with regards to choosing graphical elements. And secondly, it was cheaper, because in the early days we used to print our own sleeves on A3 paper, and it was cheaper to get black and white printed than it was colour. We're actually in the studio recording the next album, so Thursday, Friday and Saturday we're doing some more recording for the follow-up. For us, it's just us trying to expand our parameters a little bit, but we do work within quite tight parameters, really, and we always have done since day one. That was something that we actually set out to restrict ourselves with, in a way. Maybe there's different reasons when you're younger. Maybe it's partly to do with trying to be noticed or make a career out of something, or part of it was we're going to have to do it ourselves to some degree. I mean, there's loads of punk bands, there's loads of noisy bands, but there wasn't anyone who we felt was doing what we wanted to do. So it takes a long time to be able to understand what you want out of life and what makes you happy and what you think is wrong and what you think is right. And essentially, I think because we're a little bit older, we're in a better position to explain that now. And it just so happens that the best way of us projecting our thoughts and feelings is through music, really.
Twist of the gut, this wonder opens, another fucking shut.